Hello, everybody. We are super excited this evening to visit with Nancy Newberg live from her Los Angeles studio. So we want to thank Nancy for her time this evening and her videographer that she has with her this afternoon, her son Nick, who will be helping us through this chat and this visit. We are so delighted because we get to see Nancy actually in her studio, in her workspace. So why don't we go ahead and enter on in? Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Dee. Hi, night. I'm very excited to show you my space. This was originally a barn that has been converted to my studio. So come on in. It's a really fun space. During the day, the light is great. We added some skylights so that I can have some natural light while I'm working in here. This is where I take appointments, private, and with my stores, and Dee's been here many times. This couch is a rare couch, a vintage piece, and I've incorporated contemporary pieces with the vintage to kind of give it an edgy, modern, warm, but kind of a industrial feeling space. The floor is all concrete, lots of natural woods in here, kind of a nod to the Danish contemporary. I had this piece built to showcase all my product and a lot of the imagery that inspires me and also showcases the collection. The walls are something I'm very proud of. When everyone comes in here, the first thing they comment on is the pale pink walls. It's a very blush, feminine color. So that with the gray concrete floors really is a great combination. So it's feminine but edgy. It's very much in keeping with the brand, and that's how I see the collection. It's contemporary, but has a lot of warmth in it, a lot of it's a neutral palette, very soft and textural and architectural. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Chains have always been part of the core collection. Mixing the silver and the gold, you can really get a sense here about the pieces and what they look like. I love rings. I love stacking rings. I love wearing rings, rolling rings. We'll get back and I'll show you all the details of the rings as we move throughout the presentation. The chains, gold chains with silver, hints of silver and black diamonds. They're super fun and really easy to wear day into evening. We have a very pretty ruthenium evening diamond collection with these special earrings. Pearls, I've always loved pearls, and I've always seen my pearls as being very edgy, not just your grandmother's pearls. So these pieces are fun, elegant, but really special.
You really do take a really unique and modern spin on pearls.
Thank you. And a little brief hint of something to come that I'm very proud of is my Ada Hoop collection. I look forward to sharing that with everyone. It's something really unique to my brand, and I'm excited to share it. And it really all started over here. I mean, this is really the core collection. This is something that I've been sharing with my customers since the very beginning. I started the line, it'll be 10 years this February. And I began with the whole concept of oxidized silver with yellow gold. And this kind of highlights it the best. The idea of the pop of gold against the black. These chains are just super fun. They can be doubled, layered. They look great with a blouse. They look great with anything. And they've been a popular, great seller for me ever since the beginning. And all the collections have kind of evolved from this. The hammered link, and then the polished gold. So it's the contrast that I really love. This is a great piece with the pave diamond link. It's something I do in a bracelet. It's something that I do in this necklace. These are just day into evening, super fun. They look great with a watch. They look great in a layer of whatever you've got going on your wrist. Another great, this is a short layered look. All my chains are customizable. You can do long, short, and the beauty of the long ones are that, you can just kind of double them and you get a whole different look. And this is the rose gold. And the rose is really special. It's very soft and feminine. So that against the black, I think is a lovely combination. And here it is again.
That's a fantastic piece, and a piece that
really
the Loop really love to feature so much. And I have to say, since we're standing there looking at your links, links have really had a big moment this entire year and the beginning of last year. I don't see it going anywhere soon. And you have really this has been your core from the beginning, which is exciting.
It really has. I mean, I guess there's just something so timeless in a link, and I'm always challenging myself to create something new within something that's so, old and it's just been done. I mean, everybody does a link. So I think that these are also special in that they are all handcrafted here in Los Angeles. These are not mass produced overseas. These are all handmade, hand hammered. Every diamond is hand set. So it really makes these pieces extra special. And then what I love about my links is how they work back into my harder pieces, the bangles. I've always loved bangles, and the idea of mixing the bangles in with the chains really gives it a whole other dimension. And you can see even from like what I have on, I'm always mixing the hard and the soft, and it's the movement on the wrist, and it's the mixing of these metals. It's the combination of the texture, the hammered, and then the black with the diamonds. I mean, it's fun, and it can be, you can mix it up and kind of make it your own statement. There's just so much flexibility in this collection. And I love when women take my pieces and mix them in with, whether it's a vintage piece, an heirloom, a Cartier love bracelet, whatever it might be. These really update your wardrobe, your jewelry wardrobe. And this is the same, speaking to the same idea of the mixing of the metals, the black and the yellow gold, which is always in fashion. I mean, black and gold, it's just a neutral color palette. I really design with fashion in mind, since my background is in fashion. And to me, this is the perfect fashion accessory. I mean, you can even see what I have on today. I mean, most women tend to wear black. So I think that's why it's something that will always stay strong part of my collection. Women always gravitate towards something like this because they know it will go with absolutely everything in their wardrobe, whether it is a red dress, a black dress, a white sweater, a black, top or blouse. These just really work so well. This is a newer bangle, which is available in a few different ways. We've got it in the combination with the yellow gold in front and silver in the back, or the silver in the front, the yellow in the back, or the diamonds, which is nice because depending on your jewelry wardrobe, you can kind of work it in however it's best, or with your watch, if you're wearing a gold watch or a two-tone watch. I really, really encourage my customers to mix the metals. I think there's when there's some freedom in that statement, and when they feel like, yes, they really can put the rose gold with the yellow gold, they feel like they have so much more flexibility to take the pieces out of the jewelry box and really mix them up and wear them and make a stronger statement. And these are really about the texture. You see, I use a lot of twist links in my pieces. It's just fun. It's just the contrast of that against the hammered and then the links. It just really gives it a unique pop. So even if you're only wearing one of, my styles with something else that's smooth, I mean, it's just great. It just gives it a really different look, and it's just fun. And going back to the chains, I'm gonna show you some of the newer styles. Yeah, we can sit down and I can show you.
Great. And maybe as you're sitting, you can give us all a little bit of background as to, you mentioned your fashion background, and maybe you can kind of take us on that little journey with you.
Well, I actually moved to Los Angeles to study fashion. Parsons in New York had merged with Otis here in LA. They've since severed that tie, but the beauty of that program was it really exposed me to all the different fine art departments at school. So I fell into fashion. I loved fashion. I worked in fashion for many years until I decided to stop to raise my 3 boys. And but I've always stayed kind of creative, taking drawing classes, art classes, and felt that at some point I would go back and recreate my self and kind of explore another area of design. And the jewelry was totally by accident. I went to a gem show, purchased a few beads, started stringing up the beads for myself, and I'm sure you've heard this story before. People, asked if they could buy them, and literally you sell them, off your neck. And that was how it began. And then slowly I realized that using findings was not going to keep my collection unique enough. Other designers had access to those pieces. So I needed to really have these items created in a factory where I could take my unique designs and have them fabricated. And I was fortunate enough to find a factory here in Los Angeles who they do a fabulous job, and I sit and sketch my drawings, and then I have my design meetings and I take it down to the factory, or maybe now I would say I would do it through Zoom, and we work together to make a CAD and start to create new collections. The chains, which I'm going to show you up close, you can kind of see the evolution of the textures, and
I think we can switch to
you can see.
Brian.
Yeah, here you go.
And I'll just interject real quickly to say that the loop, we started carrying Nancy in 2018 when we launched, and I had known Nancy for quite some time, and Kiki, my partner in collaborating on the products, also was a big fan. So when we had the opportunity to speak with Nancy and show interest in her collection, she was so kind to open up her distribution, because I know that you're not in many stores across the nation, and that's what we were striving for, to find really unique brands. So we're super excited that we get to partner with you in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
Well, I'm excited too, and I'm so happy I had a chance to visit. It really is a special store, and I loved meeting so many customers at the store and working with the team there. And I hope to come back another time. But in the meantime, this is a great tool for everyone to see. New pieces, core collection pieces, a real mix.
Wonderful. Nancy, I just have one question that's coming up from Laura. You know Laura, our friend Laura.
I know Laura. Hi, Laura.
Yeah, she's making a comment that your pieces have such incredible texture. And where did that inspiration come from for a design element in your collections?
to be very honest, the reason the texture showed up from the very beginning was the oxidized silver process, which is actually a chemical reaction to the metal. And when we take the metal and dip it into an oxidized bath, it needs to grip onto the metal. And after experimenting for quite a while with the finish and the links, I found that if the link was smooth, the oxidized finish did not really adhere properly to the link. So that really was what inspired me to start with the hammered texture. And then, you know, I guess the hammered moved into this twist, which was another way to kind of keep the texture in these little grooves. So as it would start to wear, you'd get this beautiful patina in my pieces where maybe the outside would become a little lighter, and then you had the darker in the groove, which was something that I really loved. It had a lot, it gave it more depth. Yeah. And that being said, a lot of some of these newer chains are going back to a very smooth, sleek look. And that is just to give the textured pieces a little bit more of a play and contrast. So as you start to layer the chains, you really get a fun select, you know, they just kind of, instead of blending all together on your wrist, they pop a little more. You know, you really start to see a contrast. And it is the layering that I love, that I really feel makes these pieces strong and stand out. This is a really fun new idea. It's just was taking all the different links that I had in my portfolio down at my factory, and I had them all cast into wax molds, and I started to string them up into new patterns just to make something, you know, a big mix up of, you know, different links that I really loved. And these are now available as necklaces and bracelets with and without diamonds. And they are really, I think they're really different. And something else that I always like to incorporate to give a little more depth into the pieces. Of course, I love white diamonds, but black diamonds really have a great look. And it also helps tie back to that idea of the black, which I just think is always chic.
Yeah, it's
so
a combination of edge and elegance.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see like I'm wearing my, you know, kind of go-to. That chain always, you know, seems to stay on no matter what I switch around. It's just so neutral, and there's something about that hint of the black diamonds that gives it just a lot of interest. I feel like it's unique. And then it also ties my pieces together. I feel that they, you know, as customers grow with me over time and add to their collections, there's always something new that we can infuse into the stack. You know, it's really fun to watch people kind of grow with me and add to, you know, maybe their first purchase, or maybe their however many, you know, that they've come to own. The same holds true in the rings. I mean, a piece that I know you do really well with, and something that I love, it reminds me of the concept that, you know, is really strong in my chains, is my rolling ring. And this is something that I like to layer. I usually wear 2, sometimes I'll wear 3, but it's great on its own as well. I mean, this ring is wonderful because it incorporates all of the elements that I was just mentioning: the black diamonds, the hammered band, and white diamonds, which is actually on a silver band. So you have all together, and this is available in all different combinations with rose gold, with the yellow gold. You can do the combination. Also, having a factory here in Los Angeles allows me the flexibility to customize whatever anyone might want.
Yeah, and that particular piece right there is the perfect example of, you know, there really aren't any rules in terms of blending metals and materials anymore. And just even that little pop in that rolling ring where you have so many different colors and dimensions and textures can really be a leaping off point for any collector who is, kind of testing the waters with blending their metals and blending some silver with gold or rose gold with yellow gold and oxidization. It's, just even that ring is the perfect entry to test the waters.
Yeah, absolutely. And cigar bands have been really strong for us as well. People just love a nice solid gold band. And this is available in white gold, yellow gold, rose gold. This is the wider band. And then here's the narrower version. I've had customers even purchase these as alternative bridal pieces, which are great. I pretty much don't take mine off. It's so comfortable because it is just nice and thick and smooth. And then I have to, of course, show a little pearl piece because, it's always something that I love. There's something very feminine about the pearls, as chunky and edgy as this ring can become, because you see it mixed in here. It certainly doesn't look like, a bridal piece. It's just fun. And there's something about the white against the yellow gold that, I love that softness.
Yeah, your rings are really is a very strong category for us, and I'm sure across the board for you, and your bracelets and things. And I often refer to you as like the queen of layers because when I first met you, I was just enamored with how, you're for such a small person in a small frame that you just really layered it on and were unapologetic about it. You just loved wearing so many pieces. And I thought that whole aesthetic, your jewelry is truly a lifestyle jewelry brand that it's so wearable.
Thank you. And I think it all goes back to that whole fashion background. I think for me, it's the idea that it makes a statement. And even if you're wearing that white t-shirt and jeans, which so many of us, have always lived in, and maybe now more so than ever, it's just you put these pieces on and they make you smile and happy with the sparkle. And you also feel like you have an individual point of view. It's not like you're putting something on that everyone has. I mean, this is my custom stack. I mean, yes, it might change, every day, but the nice thing is that, when my customers put these pieces together and mix them with what they have at home, it really becomes very personal, and it really has the look that, reflects them. And I love seeing how people, put their stacks together.
Fabulous.
These are
A little newer for you.
yeah, these are a little bit newer. This is this is a ruthenium trim that's in here in this little beveled edge. And what's so great about these pieces are they're very graphic and architectural, and bold. They come in, there's versions in bangles as well, which I will show you. So these are just very edgy and fun. I've even had customers stack a few. And what?
They mix right back into your other layers.
Exactly. So I really try to be very mindful of, as I'm adding in a new collection, how does it work back into the core pieces? How does it evolve and just build upon itself? Rarely do I create something that just could only be worn by itself and doesn't go with anything else that I've created in the collection. I'll show you a few of these earrings. I know you'll see a few pieces that, many pieces that are at the loop now and have been at the loop because they're pieces that are always popular. This is such a great sticky earring. I do it in the yellow gold and in the black. It's just this black and white look. I've had people wear them to black tie weddings and with a t-shirt. My little pearl hoops. This is a great stick earring. I do love sticks, I have to say. There's something great. Of course, a hoop looks great on everyone, but a stick as well. You see, this is the little ruthenium trim. And back to that as well are the everyday hoops.
Those are spectacular. And I believe at the Loop right now we have a few pieces from that particular collection that are
You
just
do.
we have the little studs and um,
Yeah.
earring. It's a great piece.
Yeah. I mean, I've been wearing the studs every day. I have to say they're perfect. And I don't often wear earrings just around all the time. And these are just, they look great with everything. This is another earring kind of working back into the original core collection, the double hoop, the oxidized silver and yellow gold. This is an earring I've been doing for quite a while and has some great movement and great contrast.
Fabulous. And then since we're on earrings, maybe you could speak to that new little grouping that I think we have dabbled just a bit at the Loop in your Atta hoop, but I think what you're doing with the hoops is a really unique and innovative play on hoops. We know that hoops really don't go anywhere for very long. If they go out of fashion for one season, they're back the next. And you really have taken on a really unique approach to hoops with this particular category.
Yeah, so this is very fun. And I think when you think in terms of an Atta hoop, you can also think in terms to just kind of give you a visual. It's almost like a charm bracelet. You know how you can add to these, you buy the original chain and then you add on a charm and it can commemorate an event or it can just be to just change the look. I mean, it's the same concept here. You start out with a little huggy, and we actually do these in a larger size as well. I'm partial to the huggy. And then each component is sold separately in a pair as a set. So I'm starting with a very popular set because the black and the gold, everybody likes the black and the gold. So we have right here, we have 3 sets. So I actually recently just sold this set to a woman who wanted then to add later for her daughter-in-law, and then went back in with the diamonds for the next event. Yeah.
Back that up a little. There we go. I think we can see that now.
I'm gonna see if this. Let me know. How is that looking?
Great. Thank you.
So it's a great, concept, to build upon. And the beauty of this as well is you can have silver, black, diamonds, and it really alters the price point. So of course, something in all silver, the price point is significantly lower than something that has, diamonds or even diamonds and gold. And everything, every size and every component, there's even some with some little colored stones that I had made for some events. Each component is available in every single metal finish. So, this baby circle pair is available in the black and the silver, and it's really fun to build these and create a look that works for you. I mean, not everybody can wear such a large hoop. So it's nice to have something that's, more of a medium size. And then I have plenty of customers who really like to buy kind of a full set, and then they'll deconstruct them. Like on vacation, you pack up one set and you have so many looks on your trip. It's just really great. That one box just kind of keeps unfolding into, endless combinations. And it's fun to mix and match. It's a fun, project. And the other thing that I really, really like and my customers like is they're very light. I really try to keep my earrings light. I think so many of us are sensitive, with our earlobes. People have different hole issues. It's hard to carry off a really heavy earring, not to mention it's not so comfortable, at the end of the day to have that heavy thing hanging. And these are like air. So you really don't even feel, even if you just choose to wear a large style, it's so light, it's great. So it's really, it's fun.
Yeah, I
And you
think
can
that
dress these up too.
yeah, it's really genius how you've kind of again it goes back to the whole DNA of your brand of just layering and mixing and matching. And this is the perfect addition to your collection in that, you continue to allow people to, really just play and experiment.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, everybody, once they start, it's really, it is a lot of fun.
That's it. It can be a little daunting to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
but I think
Yeah.
it would be great down the road to have you out once again and really be able to bring all your hoops and have some fun with this because as we know, we and even now with the way of the world, we're doing a lot more communicating via Zoom. So
Mm-hmm.
styling from the waist up is a little more important. So the idea of having a lot to play with from earrings and necklaces and layering is so important, and you do such a beautiful job.
Thank you. Yeah, we've definitely seen a rise in hoop sales the past few months. It's hard to even keep these little ones in stock. These have just, I mean, everybody just, it's a good pick me up. You're really not buying, what else are you really doing these days? I mean, in Los Angeles, we're not even going out to dinner. So it's fun for people to have something to purchase and, feel special and happy.
Right. Absolutely. So, have we kind of gone through most of your collection there?
I mean, we have. There's a couple of little new charm items that have, there's some very special new pieces. I think for the holidays, these will be really fun. Um, Going back to the charm bracelet concept, we've done a charm necklace, which can be, I made this during COVID to cheer myself up. And it was so popular we put it into the collection. Yeah, people are really loving this. It just makes you smile. And I think the nice thing about it is, as much as I love colored jewelry and I love looking at colorful jewelry, the reality is it's easier to make the purchase that's not as colorful because it goes with everything. And this is just like that fun necklace that looks great with everything and makes you smile. It's got a little smiley face and the hearts and the star and the flower and kind of taking it back into the hearts and just offering some of these things for holiday little baby charms and they're just fun. Just a happy little item to add in for the holidays. And really just the only other thing is the ruthenium, the shiny ruthenium earrings that are really fun and special.
Yeah, those definitely give like not only could they be worn with a t-shirt and jeans, but
Yeah,
you could go
absolutely.
with a beautiful cocktail dress and out to an event or dinner.
Absolutely. And the price point is pretty good. They're all silver. So that's another really lovely advantage. And of course, completely neutral. The top of the white diamond, lots of different silhouettes, lots of different, shapes. And these get a lot of red carpet coverage. These were actually just worn. These were worn by Laverne Cox she was a presenter, the American Music Awards. Angela Bassett just wore them in yellow gold. So this is all available in yellow gold as well. But they're fun.
Yeah, they certainly are. Maybe Brian, we can pan back to Nancy for a few minutes. I think we've gotten a really good glimpse onto Nancy, your jewelry, and we're so happy that we got an opportunity to sit in your studio with you. Maybe Brian can get us back to you for a moment. There you are. So I just thought I would maybe do a little questioning or ask. Oh, we've got another question coming in. Do you do any men's pieces?
I actually have done men's pieces. My hammered chain bracelets are all available longer for men. So it is something, and some of my bracelets, there is a small collection that is already sized in for men. And you can see how a lot of these pieces really, are totally unisex.
Right.
So it's not a problem at all. And even my rolling rings, I mean, I've done, the hammered ring for men. I've done this ring, for men. I've done wedding bands for men. So, yeah, and especially those hammered bracelets, they look great on a guy.
Wonderful. I think what's really great for our clients to know is that customization is
Mhm.
really a part of your brand and what you can do so easily and what you do enjoy doing.
I really do.
Making links that are an extra special length or adding in gold links, in addition to, that mix up your sterling silver a bit more, the oxidization that you really do enjoy, having fun with people in the design and bespoke process. Let's see. And thought I would ask you a couple little things about yourself. I know that you're such an art lover and you travel the world looking at art and viewing art, and we've discussed art, and you've taken me to art museums. Is there a particular medium that inspires your work, or I guess tell us a bit more about how you find inspiration through art?
That's such a great question because I'm really missing that in my life right now. It's not so accessible. I mean, I used to spend a lot of time in galleries and art fairs and museums, and um, I do love that experience, and I love seeing what different artists from the past or present are currently doing. And as much as it looks like I'm not into color, it does inspire me. And I do love, I think it's something that I just absorb. It's just kind of my DNA, and it's so subtle. It could be literally walking through that beautiful door of that museum that inspires me with a pattern, or, it's just, I think as an artist, you just never know. And it can be, the little postcard that I buy, at the gift shop at the end that I want to take home and put on my mood board because there was something in the color or there was something in a shape that I wanted to refer back to, in designing in the next collection. So it's so subtle, but that's what makes it fun.
Yes, absolutely. So give us a little insight into your day during this time of COVID when we've all been on lockdown. What's a day in the life like?
Well, I'm actually working a lot. I'm really happy to say March I think everybody was in shock and I was kind of frozen as was my factory. And, nothing was happening. But now all of a sudden I feel like, a ray of sunshine has kind of come through my window. And I'm happy to say I've been very busy. People are really thinking about the holidays.
Good.
So I'm working full time every day in this beautiful space, designing some things that I'd like to have out in the next week or two, and then just following up with customers and people who are starting to think about Christmas is right around the corner.
Absolutely. And so with that, I think we'll sign off a bit, but I wanted to let all of our people know who have joined us this evening or who will view this at a later moment when they can catch a breath, is that we've got a beautiful selection of your pieces, really your
You
core, your
do.
DNA. We've got it at the Loop, and we've all now seen and experienced how you mix and match and layer, and there really is so much freedom within your collection. And we just appreciate having your collection because I know it's not everywhere. So we feel really very fortunate, and we can't wait to have you again someday,
Yeah.
hopefully really soon in the spring, ideally. But
Thank you, thank you. And I love having my collection at the store. I think your customers, they totally get it. And I want them to feel comfortable to reach out to you. And whatever you have seen here today is available. And, we can FedEx it right away and customize it. And whatever you need, we're here for everything that you can, need. or
Thank
imagine.
you so much, Nancy. We
Thank
appreciate
you,
your
Dee.
time. Nick, thank you. You did a great job. And and I'm sure I'll be in touch with you really soon. And of course, again, to all of our guests watching tonight, come and view the Nancy Newberg collection at the Loop.
Please. Thank you.
Holidays to you, Nancy.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you all. Bye-bye.